guys can see. There we go. All right, let's do this shit.
This is the Okayest Hunter podcast. Never pass on shooter bucks, because that's just meat in the freezer. It's your tag, you hunt how you want. This is Okayest Hunter.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Okayest Hunter podcast. Coming at you from the Okayest Hunter podcast studio here in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. We have a new addition to the studio.
Not me.
We haven't named him yet. I don't know. We'll take votes. In fact,
Nice.
send us your name ideas for my 2020 public land bow buck.
First bow buck, right?
First bow buck, first ever mount. I didn't know there were that many choices when you're getting a deer mounted. Like, what do you want facing left? Do you want facing right? Do you want seeking? Do you want chasing? Do you want yours? It's like, oh my God, what? Just mount the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
Yeah. I was like, wow, I didn't realize all these hunters had to face all these decisions when you drop it off.
That's why I just choose not. I let them. That's why I don't do it. Just let those bucks walk, so you don't think it's
Right, there you
too
go.
daunting.
Yeah,
to let,
talk about never pass. I was like, nah, pass them all. I don't want to get the tax and rebill, right?
right, exactly.
Holy crap. Well, shout out to Backwoods Grind for keeping us energized over here. I don't know. I got a bag of their stuff behind this computer. Smell that for me. It smells pretty good.
Yeah.
So you want to save 10% on their coffee, you can use code OHP. And then we're drinking some Drop Time spirits tonight. So we're drinking the bourbon. They're going to be at the trade show in the Dells in March. We booked that, last week?
Yeah. All booked.
So we're going to bring the podcast up there. They might podcast with us, but I think they just got another batch barreled and ready to pour or bottle or whatever. I don't know.
Batch number 4.
Batch number 4.
Where are they out of?
Wisconsin.
Oh, really?
Yep. Couple of brothers. They're all from here, based here. And one of the brothers, I think, is in New York. That's one that I communicate with the most. Dave. Good dude. Pretty cool company. I mean, like, how do you not buy a bottle of bourbon with a giant Drop Time buck on it?
The label sells it.
Yeah,
Marketing.
Every liquor store in Wisconsin, come gun season, it's going to go off the shelf, I bet.
Now, isn't like bourbon not officially bourbon if it doesn't come from
that's
Kentucky?
Maybe. And I was going to say the same could be said for Scotch if it doesn't come from Ireland.
Right.
And I like Scotch. We got some of that over there too, but we go through our booze here pretty quick, I guess.
You go through our booze here pretty quick.
And one glass a night keeps the doctor away.
Yeah.
And then shout out, obviously, to our presenting sponsor, Spartan Forge. Use code OHP for 25% off. For those that don't know and haven't been following us or might be living under a rock, Spartan Forge is a AI data-driven intelligence application that helps you predict when deer will be on hoof. The average deer, maybe not the monster buck you're after, or the shooter buck, but the average deer.
I think tonight was a lower scale night, which is
yesterday was good.
It was, but being here right now,
you know
and
what?
It changes. You do have to check it frequently.
It's lower scale for those average deer.
There you
go.
go.
Big one could be out. I saw one on the way home, way here in a cornfield.
Really?
All right.
Yep.
I was looking the whole way and I didn't see anything.
There's one field that I've been eyeing every morning. I usually see deer, at least in the summer when there's beans there. This year it was corn.
Mm-hmm.
It's picked. Haven't seen deer there all year. And then I happened to look over right before the exit. Oh, look at that. Lone buck standing right there. And he was out there a ways, but I could still see the rack.
When I was out
looking around
last night, I encountered 2 deer.
Did you sit last night? Or
I
just
did.
Yeah,
I did. And so it's funny. So I texted Bill, was it Thursday or Friday? I was like, I actually hadn't run into this. So it was core movement is what the app specifies, but abnormal. So core movement for range.
core area
for range, and then abnormal movement. So it's like, what the hell? I was like, what are they going to do? Dance in their bed? Bill, what the hell is this? He's like, that's actually the worst outcome that you can get on it. I was like, oh, God damn it. That's Monday, the day I have off.
Moving. They're really not moving. They're in their core area, which is
but abnormal. Area. So he's like, this is literally the worst thing you can get. He said, but check it again, because it might change.
Yeah, it
and
could
so
change in an hour.
I checked it on Sunday, and I was like, oh my gosh, now it's full range at very abnormal. And he's like, well, that's the best outcome.
See, that's hard to plan, though. I need consistency, man.
Right.
I can't like look at it.
We have to work, so you need to plan this stuff. So when we're not working, movement is good.
Yeah.
Good
it
luck.
Make me feel better anyway.
Yeah.
And cell cameras have really destroyed that too.
You got to know where to put them because my cell camera isn't doing me any favors.
Did you pull it?
No. I talked about this. I
bless
talked
America.
To you. I
I
literally
told
talked to
you.
you
What,
yesterday.
you're not getting service?
No, I'm not getting photos of anything worthwhile. Same moving branch. It's like on my camera 100 times.
I to be honest, it's been pretty quiet for most of my mature deer on the camera anyway.
Mhm.
You got to understand though where he put it.
I got a squirrel's ball sack once.
I got a picture of a squirrel's ball. I sent it to it was like I sent it to everybody in my phone, I think, when I got that picture. It was awesome.
There's some squirrel nuts for you. Like literally not the one he's carrying, but the other ones he's carrying.
Sadly, that was like the best picture I had all last
These
week.
nuts. Anyway, hey, so sorry. So we got through our ad call outs and stuff. We got people hanging out here with us. We have a guest in studio. Josh Dutton, not to be confused with John Dutton, which so every message I've gotten from him, like, holy shit. If you've ever watched the
Josh
show,
Dutton, don't mess with him.
Yeah.
Dude, seriously.
Send rip after you.
My God, man. How do you take care of all those ranch hands?
It's hard.
Has anyone ever watched the show Yellowstone? Have you actually seen it?
Oh, yeah. I love the show. Yeah, it's great.
I only got
can't wait
halfway through season 1 or maybe season 2.
You got some catching up to do. November 7th, the new one.
Oh, God.
Out.
Okay, I should go farther.
So you got to know like what happened, right? You've seen the commercials and everything, like the.
I'm not even the kind of guy that cares, but some other people might, so I don't know.
Yeah, let's no spoilers.
But I will tell you that
no
that chicken there is batshit crazy, but also batshit hot.
Yeah, Beth.
In a terribly weird way. Like I think it's the personality and the blend that makes it work.
Yeah, she intimidates a lot of guys.
Yeah,
she's an interesting character. I have a theory that she's I don't
probably not too far off from her.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil the show.
Spoil it.
Just you gotta
watch
it's a great show. I highly recommend.
So it's on Peacock, Greg. If you're not familiar with this, it's a very great show. There's a lot of grit. There's a lot of grit in the show.
I've seen bits and pieces of the show. It's going to be one of those things where, like, when Breaking Bad came out, never watched it, and then years later,
I still haven't.
Oh no, you need to crush that series. I'm telling you right now, it's heard excellent.
You're not. I've heard it from a lot of people. Like, there's so much.
And so it's Better Call Saul
TV that I need to watch, but
whatever. It's hard to find.
I got 2 kids, and just it's
off
tough.
Season is the time to do that.
Yeah, I know. Right now, it's
not. No.
By the time the kids go to bed, you're like, I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah. You think you're gonna watch a show and pour a glass of something, and then you pass out. Yeah,
I do. I'll make it like an hour. I can make it to like the 9 o'clock news, and then it's like pretty rough. And I'm like addicted to like the slumber from Mountain Ops.
Oh no shit,
dude! I can't sleep without it.
Oh my God,
you put it down and you're done.
Dude, I can't. I'm not done immediately, but like I probably go over the recommended dose. I started with the one
sleep aid.
It is, dude. And I started with the 1 scoop, and now I'm up to like 3.
Oh geez, I should try this. Well,
but, dude, it puts you to bed. Well, you can't. You got a newborn.
Yeah.
So you got to be kind of like.
You got to be
with it a little bit,
just in case slapping you in the face.
You need to.
I'm the one I'm a light sleeper. I wake up for anything. Her alarm goes off 100 times.
Too.
Anyway,
and I talk crazy because I don't think I've helped much at all. My kids are.
So Josh, you're with Half Rack.
Yep.
Half Rack has emerged fairly recently, at least in the public eye. But tell us more. Let's get into that a little bit, and then we'll talk about the rut because I have a feeling we're going to nerd out on some deer stuff.
Yeah, I was hoping we would.
All right.
Yes.
I mean, I like talking product. That's what I do daily.
Products are fun and they're necessary for what we do.
They are. Yep. And so the company I work for is Kelly Brand Management, and Half Rack is another interest, and that's one of the companies that we represent with those guys. But they're new on the scene. We've been on for about a year.
Okay.
We've really just launched product this year, and we've got some still coming in. We've been kind of hit with what a lot of people are seeing in their stores.
It's got to make you feel antsy then.
Yeah, it makes everyone a little nervous, but so far so good. I mean, what it is it's just an hunting accessory company that has a soul to it. It's a brand that we want people to cheer for. So it's got a very high end feel, but it's for everybody. The price points are all inclusive.
That's nice.
The slogan is "Fine gear for fine
memories."
Folks. Fine memories. That's what it is. Okay.
It's one of many. So Jimmy likes it. He's good with the one-liners and stuff. So yeah, it's fine gear, fond memories.
Cool. I like it. I like it a lot.
And it's really based off of a traditional, like all of us grew up that are associated with the company, hunting and fishing and just being out the outdoors. We're a 2% certified company as well.
I think so maybe that's where I came across you guys initially. Or
possibly.
Or somebody may sort of pay more attention.
Yeah.
It's like, they were on 2%. Okay, we're 2%.
Yeah, right off the bat, before we even had product, I think it's one of the first things that they did was we got set up with
2% certified.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Jared over there is fantastic.
Yep.
He's been really helpful.
I think he's a local too. Like he used to be in Wisconsin at least.
Oh yeah. I know I got to guest on their podcast.
You
Well,
did?
not theirs. It was the average
conservationist,
Yeah,
yeah.
with Mark Ewing. Wow, my brain is working.
Have more.
Yeah, this is what I
More.
need. Yeah, I'm double fisting over here.
Mm.
My wife usually after podcast night, she's like, Are you drunk? No, I'm not.
I'm feeling good
drunk.
right
I'm
now. but
feeling
I'm not
good.
drunk.
How many scotches do you have? 2. I'm fine. We got a couple folks commenting here. Who do we got with us? Jesse Dorn. Hello. Levi, what's up? Our friend from Wyoming. Oak Tree
Levi.
Dreams. It's Drew out of Wisconsin. I think he said things are getting good in the woods in central Wisconsin. Plenty of chasing. Good to hear. Levi said he's going to send us a bottle of Wyoming whiskey and okay, Levi. I don't know if you have my address, but if you don't, I'll give it to you.
Levi's got my address, I think.
Oh, great. More free shit for Greg.
I don't know Levi, but I can give him my address.
Yeah, Levi.
Sounds like a guy I want to know.
We're supposed to go and visit Levi either for a deer hunt, a duck hunt, or an elk hunt.
Yep.
Something.
In
I don't
Wyoming?
care. Yeah, Wyoming.
Yeah.
We were going to
I'll
do
all
elk,
three.
but then he
I
said
don't
it
care.
got like the regulations changed for non-resident or something.
For Wyoming?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Maybe he can talk about it. I don't know.
Things are always changing, but maybe
Yes.
we just need to have a phone call with Levi after this.
Yes.
One of these days.
Let's just crash his party. He does a live podcast.
We
too.
should crash his party.
Smackdown Outdoors. We know those guys.
Yep.
Nice.
Evening, gentlemen. Hello, sir. I know I do not need to be cut off already. Everyone, you know what? Mind your business.
You're done.
I can vouch. It's the first one.
Pick me up on the way. He said, "Oh, it's great, Doug. We like Doug." So we got a couple folks hanging out here. That's why I put this up so you can see what the hell's
Yeah.
going on. Otherwise, it's just me and Greg's like, "What are you
There's a
talking
slight
about?"
delay,
Yeah.
but
I promoted it to all 10 of my followers on Instagram.
There you go.
yes, to all 10.
Yeah.
I did see that. All right, so Half Rack's been around for a little bit, and fine gear, fine folks. I like that.
Yep.
What kind of products are they? When we talk about accessories, like what are we talking about? Here?
General like hunting accessories, tree stand accessories like bow arms. We do quite a few gun cases. We've got an item that I actually brought somewhere, a snack pack, which is something that.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's not
yeah.
like a thing anywhere else.
Yeah, no, it's something new, and honestly, it started as kind of just more of a joke.
Yeah,
And
a
Dude, otherwise you're
in
crinkling
terms of
a
gimmick.
bag. I've had
Yeah,
this problem
it's
already.
Exactly what it is. I mean, it's like, you go out there and you pack your snacks and you got it in a Ziploc and it's loud and it's noisy and it's cumbersome. And now you got a bag that's nice and quiet.
I'll
and-
take it with to Illinois, and we'll see. Maybe
yeah,
I'll
you can
make-
test
Do
it.
some
yeah,
product
I'll test
testing.
it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, otherwise, in the past, what I had done is I would put like sunflower seeds or whatever the hell trail mix in some pocket of something.
Mhm.
Right, my hand warmer pocket had
You
a
look
little
like
zipper
a
in the
squirrel.
front.
You're leaving
And-
a trail of
But then I
seeds
would like
wherever you
forget
go.
it in there, and I'm like, "Oh God, I left these freaking seeds in here." It's not
nasty.
okay.
They're stale by then.
Yeah,
Well, it's washable. So if you do that, you can dump it out, throw it in the wash, and it washes. But we've actually seen more people like using it just as general storage, especially like saddle hunters or whatever.
Yep.
You can just hang it up
like
there.
the
and just
dump
put
bag.
whatever.
Yep.
I mean, if you shoot like a thumb release, you can throw that in there. If you just need stuff, you can literally just put it in there.
It is hard to keep track of all your shit. I climbed my tree yesterday, and I forgot my L hook for my bow. But I did buy the. By the way, I did buy the Latitude Outdoors gear hanger.
I saw that.
But I didn't. I went to Ace to get like a hook for my bow, and all I could get was a carabiner. So I had to do something. So that's not a recommended approach for the record.
I'm going to tell you what works.
But my L hook I
PV
left on the ground.
2-inch PVC J hook.
Oh,
and
that's
just-
a good idea.
Oh, I'm a heating and plumbing.
I didn't
guy,
think it,
so-
but I was like, I was trying to just find like an S hook, like a bird feeder one or something, and I was like, damn it. So
Well, it's
then
hard to find anything right now. Like,
Yeah.
you can't. Like,
I did find a good one for my backpack though. It's like a, like you push a little button and it opens up kind of thing.
Yeah, night eyes.
Yeah, but then the other one is just like this extra long hook thing. So like it's hooked in the backpack at all times, but then the other extra long hook is what I put on the gear strap.
Night Eyes does some cool stuff.
They
like
do a lot of
like
nice
the
stuff.
twisty tie things that they have.
I have a handful.
Oh yeah,
of
Dude,
gear-
I use
I got one of the gear
for
ties.
keeping sticks together, like
Yes.
climbing sticks. Like it works
That's
great
exactly
for that.
what I do. I got a stack of these. I got 4 of these that I carry, and I gear tie them together,
Yep.
and then they go into the
It's
molly
quiet.
loops on my backpack.
Yep.
I just shared a video to my of my setup to Mobile Hunters United or something the
Yep.
other like last night or
Mhm.
something because people were asking me.
Yep.
Here, my dad specifically.
Sure.
I was like, "Here, Dad."
Why not share?
Yeah.
Make a video about it.
I pulled
Then
a
you
Greg.
look cool.
Yeah,
That's not a bad idea though. I'm just banking ideas for stuff that we can do down the road. I mean,
There you
that's there's that. It's honestly endless what you can do.
You need
Yep.
help? Let us know.
Yeah. No, I guess
Greg's a tinkerer, so
the pay is terrible.
It's fine.
He's probably got all.
But you're the
sorts of
free guy,
ideas.
so you just like
Yeah.
free stuff. We can arrange
Whatever.
something for that.
Hey, man, send it my way.
Yeah.
The number of people that send him stuff and not me, I'm like, the fuck's going on here?
You're the talent. You're the host.
Do you ask though?
No, he doesn't ask.
I
That's
do
the
not.
best part. They're
See,
like,
that's
hey,
like-
Greg, I'm going to send you
What
some
I can
stuff.
tell you about this, my situation is, I engage with people. I try to be nice to them.
Hey, Chad Jones.
See,
Oh, you know that guy?
It's
Hey, I know
of,
him.
one of my 8 followers.
There we go.
I know him.
He'll take Josh over John any day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
nice.
bet he won't die. It's fine.
That's right. I don't want to ruin it, but I don't think he's dying.
That's
Well,
good.
I mean, if you are against John Dutton, death might be upon you.
That's definitely going to be upon you.
You're
A
in that
bear
show.
got you. Oh, yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Not
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
But no, just being a normal person to people.
Gets
that's
you
all
free
it ta-
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't ask for it.
Yeah, well,
Well,
you're just
you
a
know-
nice guy. You come off that way.
Levi says Greg's more personal, but Levi, you just offered me more booze. So, like, I don't know what to believe here,
That's
Levi.
rough.
Levi, just send it to me. Just for that reason alone.
Oh, gosh.
I should have brought more stuff. I feel bad not giving you anything now.
I'm just the second-rate guy. I just do all the stuff, and then Greg's like, "Hey, look at
Collects
this!"
it all.
Oh man. Well, so okay, I want to talk a little bit about the rut. We were talking about a little bit earlier. We were talking about Spartan Forge and their app, and but your dad has a pretty cool approach about the cows.
Well, I'm
And
going
I-
to give him credit for it. I'm not 100% sure he's the one that told me about it, but
Was it grandpa?
No, my grandpa.
Uncle?
So maybe my uncle, could have been my uncle, but he made up a lot of stuff, so it could have been him
You
for
just
sure.
Baffle him with bullshit.
Oh, Ricky, I was high
Yeah.
when I said that.
Yeah, it could have been.
When I said
No,
that.
but anyway, like what I
You
was
gotta
saying
live
is
with
like
the fear.
if the cattle are up, the deer are up. If the cattle are down, the deer are down. And my unscientific survey is that's generally pretty darn close
They're both undulates, so
But if you're
Right.
here in Wisconsin, you got a good line of sight on cattle almost
all
any-
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
constantly.
if you're not in an area where there's
And
a lot
in
of cattle,
fact, I can probably see them from most of my stands.
I think
Yeah.
you got a new app called
The
Cattle Prodder or
stand.
something like that.
cattle prod.
Yeah, that's nice.
If you're in an area without cattle, we got you covered.
Hey,
The cattle are standing here in western Wisconsin.
cows eat, deer eat.
Yeah. This ain't your grandpa's spotted cow.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
right.
I don't know how much of it's true or not, but by the time I usually check it out, I'm already committed. I'm on my way to stand
Yeah.
anyway. So
I don't care if the cows
if
are
they're
up
sitting,
or not.
I'm still going.
Well, I'm out
Yeah.
yesterday, right? And so Spartan Forge said yesterday was a great day. And I did have two close, I wouldn't say close encounters. The deer were nearby. They were blowing at something. It wasn't me. There's no possible way my wind was making it to where they were blowing from.
Time out.
Okay. I was milkweeding the shit out of it.
They were blowing at
dropping
you.
milkweed.
He was dropping milkweed like bombs, man.
No effing chance. But the second one definitely blew at me because I was lowering my bow.
They knew you were there. They,
No,
Yep.
the second one of approach was the first one was
Okay,
job
Hunter,
Yeah,
right in the
exactly.
neighborhood. Yep.
So
They knew. They
But I-
smelled. You'd stopped and took a leak like 20 yards from your stand, and they smelled it.
I pissed in a stream. I made sure.
Yeah,
And
I
it
don't.
was all
Doesn't matter.
all the
I
bang
don't-
that I
they
drank.
knew you were there.
I got Byron will put together the video. I do a lot of
Of you
Quick Trip
taking a
stuff.
piss?
No, of me getting Bang energy drinks from Quick Trip.
Oh,
It's gonna be
Jesus.
like a fucking montage.
I am 99% sure human piss does not scare deer.
It doesn't.
Someone
I would
posted
agree
the
because
other day.
that's my scrape starter every year.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
I do.
Yep.
It's literally the only scent
In
that I
August,
use. It's terrible.
Drop fly, let go.
Yeah,
Well, I'll make my point, and then I'll come back around to the squirrel in the woods here, which
the squirrel in the woods.
not an actual
Shiny
squirrel.
thing,
Yeah.
squirrel. Same.
But I scouted my way in. I did what Greg said. Don't settle for just the spot. Don't go to the spot that you think you need to go to. Go based on sign.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
And I wasn't seeing a lot of scrape activity. I found a very small rub line. And so then I just kept pressing on and pressing on, pressing on. And then I found more rubs. I found more turds. I found a highway. And so I put up there. I just don't think we're that heated up just yet. At
No.
least quite specifically where we are in
we
Southeast
want to be,
Wisconsin.
but we're not.
Right.
We're just not there.
So what are
yet.
you looking for the rut? Like what's going to be happening? Like roadkill is a big indication, I think.
Yeah, I'm seeing like
I saw a few dead ones on the way up.
Yep.
Yeah, so the 1.5 to 2 year old deer, that's what we're seeing hit on the road right now.
Yep.
6 to 8 pointers.
And by the way, Spartan Forge, I'm plugging the shit out of him because I just love it. But he does have his data machine learning stuff. There's analysis compared against DOT traffic information.
See, there you go.
So
Really?
like all the collared deer then pit against traffic. He can't tell me all the data sources because like it would ruin the.
I already know he's got a ridiculous.
That's silly what
Yeah.
he has.
But that's one of the things. So then, okay, how many collared deer are getting hit by cars? You know,
Yeah,
maybe not that many of the collared ones, but
No.
there's a lot of data that the DOT has on record because they have to report every one of those as an accident.
It's all through insurance.
Yep. So, but no, there's a couple of those, and Tyler wrote a blog today for Scrape Week, which
nice.
I think we're gonna throw Exodus all the credit for that because I think Exodus does a lot with Scrape Week. Yeah, and licking branches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've just honestly in the last probably 8 days have noticed like a lot more action on the trail cameras of hitting some of the trail cameras I have over scrapes.
Are you doing cell cams or?
Yeah.
How many? Which ones are you using?
So I use the Cuddy Link.
You like that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's there's a lot of people that I think have issues with it, but if
it works for you, you just run it,
dude, and it works for me. Like it does.
I've been using the $100 Moultrie, and I think I don't know so far it's fine. I just put it in a dumb spot as a problem.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't max it. Like I don't have 16 cameras in one area.
That's a lot of cameras.
Yeah, the most I have on the one farm is I think I have 7 cameras out right now, and it's way overkill. And I don't know. I like it. The first year I did it, I think I trusted the cameras too much and wouldn't hunt unless I was like seeing because I was just so panicky about going out there and disrupting.
Same.
And I
don't have time. You have kids. You understand. Like I don't have time to go check a trail cam. No offense, Greg. I think
it's fine.
But you're setting your lane, sent down, educating.
I was just about to come back his way though, because I think the first year that I had him, it was too much of a crutch. Like I didn't hunt nearly as much as I should have because I was relying heavily on those cameras.
You got to put in a bad spot like me, and then it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
those deer are going right behind those cameras. Mm-hmm. They are.
I've talked to the guys. I've talked to the guys at Cuddyback, and but like the radio signals. You think they like have any kind of impact? Like, do you think the deer can pick that up in any way? And
no.
They're like, no. And I'm like, man, I don't know, because like there's been times, and you go out there and sit where I've sat.
I'm not going to name names or point fingers or make fun of anybody's eyes here, but some brands they make a certain noise. They throw off a certain frequency.
Not the one I have, is it?
I'm not going to say.
Well, I want to know.
Are you sponsored by any camera?
No, we're not. We just like these guys.
I do too. They're
hung out with us.
I'm great.
I actually don't run any of their cameras. I would love to.
Do it.
They were so solid for the 2% event that we had too. Yeah. They were awesome. I mean, they were great. And
it's a high quality
shameless
product.
plug.
I need to get it. Exodus. Truly.
Exodus, Chad, you boys are doing great.
Hey, they put us on Whitetail Cribs. We were like, holy shit, look at that. We were on for like 2 seconds.
Like
we couldn't believe it.
2 seconds. You saw the prettiest.
You were on their Whitetail Cribs?
I was.
I gotta go
back. It's like the scene from Monsters Inc. Really? He gets covered up by the logo. Oh, sorry, Mike. I was on TV.
Yeah, see, it's funny. I know that because
you have kids.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly.
No, but honestly, it's a good company. Phenomenal warranty. They work hard. Yeah, it helps to know them. But even still, if you don't know them, they're good guys.
I've never heard anybody say anything negative about
I've seen 2 bad reviews, and I think it was complete bullshit.
Dude, if you don't have a bad review, you're not a real company. So
right.
You got to have one for me to actually take you seriously anyways.
It was just that for whatever reason, they did something to make those people pissed off, and it was like 1 or 2.
Well, everyone's got to have a wacky. Everyone's got to have a wacky.
Always going to be. Trust me, man. Trust me.
You guys have one yet?
What?
A bad freaking review?
Oh, I'm sure we got multiple.
This case is bullshit.
Probably the first package we sent out probably got a terrible review.
I don't have any bad ones yet.
I mean, that's all we're used to. Everything. I mean, everything that goes out there, you can make the world's best product. I don't care what it is. There's going to be some people some people like to watch the world burn, and they're just going to be
where I'm from.
Right there, Batman.
It doesn't matter. You could make the best whatever it is in the world, and somebody will find a problem with it.
You just kill them with kindness.
That is our motto. That is our motto.
That's good customer service. Kill them with kindness. Try to do the best you can to help them through the problem. And you know what? You can't win them all.
And then mock them and things like this.
Yes. So when I was like young, because I'm still young. I'm 35, but when I was like super young.
How old are you?
He's 40.
Oh.
You're not that. You never ask an older woman.
That's right. Well, you're not a woman, I don't think.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Greg's young at heart. But I used to live in this place, and we had a downstairs neighbor that hated us. He just hated us.
Like, you did something to piss him off.
The first thing we ever did is we bought him a case of beer. We bought him a case of beer and said, look, man, we're young. Okay, we're going to have some parties. It just is what it is, and we're above you. So, like, not above you. Like, literally, we're on the second story. I said, so, like, if something happens, let us know first.
You bought him the wrong fucking beer.
Then we'll correct. We'll course correct. So the first time we have a party, that mother effer calls the cops. I'm like, what the hell,
Dude,
Tony? We said
if
to
you
let us
wouldn't
know.
have bought him natural light,
it was
would've been
like some
fine.
fancy shit, right?
Depends on where you're
So
at in the
whatever. And he was all
country,
cool.
it was a shit beer.
But then every time after that, I killed him with kindness. I was like, hey, Tony, how are you?
Yeah, they hate
How's
that.
your day going?
They hate it.
Man,
they do.
They do.
You know,
And
he
it
went
drove
back
him
into his
nuts.
apartment, bit his fist, and went,
Guys,
drove me nuts. I never caved. I never was like, you piece of shit, which is what I was actually saying, but nicely.
Right.
yeah.
Oh my God. It's
Yeah,
one of
you're
my
going to
favorite
have
things
it.
to
I mean,
do.
with any of the brands that I've ever represented or helped, I mean, it's going to happen.
Yep.
Just always somebody has something that happened that's probably their fault, but it's going to be your product's fault regardless.
Right.
It's
Because
good
they're having a
customer
bad day and you're
service.
their punching bag or
Mhm.
whatever it is.
It's
Yep.
fine.
Yep.
I can take a few blows. It's
I mean,
all good.
dude, I sell Swacker Broadheads. So, I mean, you want to hear about like what most people complain about is
Oh,
Broadheads more than
jeez.
anything.
I bet.
Anything.
with the whole,
And actually, to be honest, like Swacker has probably one of the best I mean, we don't get
It's a very
terrible.
well known.
it's honestly probably the best design in regards like before I started working with those guys, I was a fixed blade guy through and through. And after being there for now a couple of years, I've moved over and I'm totally comfortable with a
What is this?
pinky finger up.
What is this? Are you
Classy
trying to
beer.
say something?
Drinking
Classy
a classy beer.
Oh boy.
He didn't
It's
want
not-
my canned beer.
He does like
we'll
an
get to
IPA.
that.
Okay.
That's dessert.
Well, the broadhead thing
Yeah,
is
it's
interesting
nice.
because everyone's, sniffing that pixie dust from the ranch fairy.
hey,
Dude.
Dude, I literally bought I bought the Iron Wills. I was knee deep in a video and I was like, fuck it, I'm buying them. And Greg helped me.
From
So,
Ironwell.
Yep.
Mhm.
Prior to that, I was shooting the QADs fixed. I just like fix. I liken it to.
I like that Broadhead a lot though.
I liken it to like automatic stuff in a car versus manual stuff in a car. Like, look, I know that in a car, if I buy a Jeep and I get the manual roll down, it's gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't have to worry
It's
with the
about
battery
only thing
dying
that'll work in a Jeep.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't
dude,
know
I
Jeep.
got
I
one.
don't
I
give a
hate
shit.
it.
See,
It's my
But
wife's
you know what I
car.
mean?
It's my
Like,
least
it's gonna
favorite vehicle
work.
ever.
Like, I don't have to rely on some component failing. So that's my only
Yeah, I
problem.
totally get it.
And then there's Zeus out there, Zeus Broadheads, and they have like the antithesis of a mechanical. It's like a hybrid where it's mechanical until it hits a certain point, and then it stops and it turns into a fixed.
See, have you checked out our hybrid?
No,
We've got one that's got a fixed element to it. I think it's a 1-inch bleeder blade that's on it.
interesting.
I'll
But I don't know. But
I'll
I've
hook you
only
up with
killed
it. I
like
tried.
one deer with it. So,
But you got him though.
like, I fucked up the shot. To
Where'd
be
you
honest,
get him?
I got very lucky, and I severed the femoral artery. I didn't mat him, and then he didn't stop. So
You
I
didn't
think to
mat
do them. And then
Happened so
you're
fast.
talking to the OK Hunter. And it was a far back shot, and I was like, oh no, I fucked it up, and then he died. I was like, what the fuck happened?
Well, I mean,
That's what had happened. My dad's
first-
like, you hit the femoral artery. He bled out like it was so much blood, it looked like a scene out of Dexter. It was nuts. I was very confused for a little bit until someone educated me otherwise.
That's a nice buck for your first ever bow buck, dude.
because my first ever bow buck had 4 points on one side, 3 on the other.
We were
and it
just
was like
talking
a
about this
tree
with Tyler
stump
today. Yeah,
on one side.
tree stump. Is that what you call
Yeah,
them?
I felt bad for the little bastard, so I had to shoot him.
Sir, you felt bad.
Get these genes out of the gene pool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. No, this is good stuff.
You get a guy ask about 2%.
Oh yeah, who
Oh,
was
it's
asking?
Levi
Let's talk
again.
about
Levi.
that. Levi.
What did he say? So Levi, 2% is literally a company called it's a non-profit or not for profit, 2% for conservation. So what they do is they validate that you have indeed given 2% to conservation. Now it's 1% of your total revenue and 1% of your time. Now the time is, I forget how they factor it, but at least for us here at OKS Hunter, it's 22 hours a year. So myself and Tyler, my co-founder, we have to volunteer between the two of us 22 hours for the year. And the entity that we've chosen to give back to happens to be the Waukesha County Land Conservancy. And then Tyler's a bird hunting fanatic, bird dog guy.
He likes to hunt ditch chickens.
Sure.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't get it, but
The
he's all
dumbest
about it.
bird
And his
in
dog
the
has got
world.
accolades through the fucking roof. Like his dog has got every...
My cat could hunt ditch chickens just as good.
Does he hunt all right, so he's hunting pheasants, correct?
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're talking
And
about.
ducks.
And
And ducks.
But
But his dog is like competed in, I don't even know what they're called, Greg. Like, you know this world. I don't know this world at all. But his dog has got so many freaking ribbons for hunt tests.
Dude, I know all about it. My first
I know
job was
nothing about
working at a
and he
That's
trains
awesome.
dogs and he knows the shit. So at least from that perspective, he's got an organization that he's donating to. I've got mine.
Yep.
The company has both. And so 1% of revenue goes to that, and then 1% of our time. So, and it's our top line revenue. It's 1% of total revenue, not like profit or something. Right. So, and then you have to pay your dues. You also have dues you have to pay. Right. So even to like be a part of it,
unless you get more people on board.
Yeah. So you have to like put in your email signature, all this other stuff.
Yep.
I would say we could probably do better with that.
It's just basically it's like you said, it's a non-for-profit that, tries to.
We have to notarize it. We have to like get it notarized that we donated and all sorts of stuff. It's like pretty official, but there's a lot of companies that are choosing to go with them because it's a really great way to give back conservation.
Exactly. It's those dollars. Like what we did was the 2% event that we had in Waterford, that we had all these great sponsors and giveaway stuff. It was awesome. And we gave it, I'm meeting with the DNR Thursday.
Okay.
To talk about like what they want to do. And like, literally we went to the DNR and we're like, what project do you want to do? Like for us, we wanted to do something that was more about like access and finding additional places for people to hunt. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's what we're going to end up doing, but we get to choose. And I think it changes next year. I think we have to get a little more structured in regards to like who we actually work with.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But yeah, last year, I mean, we literally every dollar that we raised is going right back to conservation in southeastern Wisconsin.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
We should probably and send me an intro, by the way. Like I've talked to DNR, but I've talked to their DevOps team.
Dude,
totally different camp.
I was, man, we've got a lot of good, I was just texting with the biologist down here yesterday.
So if you want to know their CIO, I'll do that intro.
Yeah.
But
dude,
like you guys might have that
would
dog
be
in
a
that
fascinating podcast to have on. I would literally.
Name?
For who?
The biologist.
Marty Johnson, I think is his last name.
We've talked to Kevin Wallenfang a bunch. He's
Wallenfang,
the big
and then I had
ecologist.
another guy lined up, but it never happened.
It
wasn't him.
Gosh, well, now we have our fancy calendar link. So
you put me on the spot in like a live podcast.
Sorry,
live is the worst.
There's another guy.
You got a scotch and a beer gone, so half your brain cells are already happy. And
that was actually really tasty.
It's not bad.
No, it was good.
It's delicious.
Bourbon, by the way. Great.
Yeah.
Oh, Scotch ale and bourbon.
Yeah. See.
Okay.
I know the difference.
By the way,
I'd be happy to make that intro though,
if
you guys want to, because he's great. Like he was at when we were at the
event.
Not
just the booze talking.
No. Okay. He's great. He's awesome.
All right.
Okay.
And he can answer all kinds of fun stuff about like wolves and.
No, that'd be fantastic. There's a lot of. When I was in college, I did like a 13-page paper on the wolf controversy back then, and it was like a ping pong
up again, dude.
And now here we are again.
They just canceled.
It just keeps happening. Yep.
They just canceled the hunt this week.
What the hell?
It went to.
It keeps going back to the national, and then they say no, we'll handle it, and no, the local state needs to handle it, and they're like no,
judge out of Madison, Frost, I think, whatever. He was the one that kiboshed it.
What the hell is going on? We have a problem. We're also trying to raise an elk herd. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
the problem is you got two.
This is the Go Wild thing. Like,
but it's
Silicon Valley
or hard on the right.
Yep.
There's nothing in between to go, okay, we need to balance this shit out.
Right. Yep.
We never have that.
Oh my God, let's not get political.
I know. I know, man. It sucks. It's hard.
Levi said, put your phone down. It's disrespectful. It says right there on the screen.
I missed my mouth.
Doug, you got a hole in there? Doug says pretty cool. And then Jeff Genke, who we know, like, and love, said he just switched to Schwacker.
Way to go, Jeff. My God.
Jeff's also...
Jeff,
you're also using... What's the site that he's using?
Shut up.
No, he's using...
No, we're on the Broadhead.
No. I want to talk about the site for 3 seconds. What is it? It's that fancy site from Chris. What's that Chris guy?
Chris B.
Oh, Ultra site.
He's using Ultra site.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, that's some next level Schwacker stuff.
Yeah.
His kid's like a bow sniper. So
his kid is like...
stupid.
He competes heavily in archery tournaments. He's only in high school.
The kid is good.
He's a deadeye.
Yeah.
He just killed his a great shooter buck.
That was with youth gun season in Minnesota, though.
I don't care.
Not the ultra.
Doesn't matter. No, it wasn't with the ultra site.
They're nice. I mean, I'm pretty excited about the dialed stuff, and I'll definitely be hooking in with that once that's up and running. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice site for sure.
It's definitely an interesting looking product.
Yeah.
Well, then there's that. Who makes? Is it Garmin? Who makes the?
Yeah. So I messed around with that thing.
That's a whole nother level and another
the
price.
Zero Garmin.
The Zero. Thank you. Yeah. I saw it and I'm like, this summer. How was it? It seems confusing to me.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. It was again probably like Cuddy Link. It's daunting at first, like when you get it set up. But the more time you spend with it, it's really the key to that is getting your there's the way that you get it sighted in is there's like a little halo. Then you got to get a red dot like right in the middle of that halo, and it has to be right in the middle of that halo. So if it's not and it's off just a little bit,
don't shoot,
dude. You're gonna be off. Like it's gonna. I shot in an outdoor.
So
range
you have to like wait.
No, it's just a balance thing. It's like there's another axis on the thing that you have to on the actual site to.
It
actually
must be waiting for you to like level off left or right, up and down.
Yep,
and being able to line up everything.
And I mean,
it senses all of that.
Concept of it is awesome, and it works when it's dialed in. It works awesome because you don't have to range or whatever.
I just don't know how that. I think maybe in like competition or like 3D archery, it might be great. I'd struggle with it in the field.
Well, I think in the field is where it pays.
In the field, that's where it's going to shine
because you don't have to do your, you're not ranging it. You're
There's
literally
nothing.
just you're at draw and 35 to 40. That's a miss unless you can, get a range on it. But when he does that or walks out, you can range again before you shoot and know for sure it'll adjust it and get it to 40.
Oh my God!
So the advantage is.
Eric's making a new purchase.
Dude, well, because this is my they're like $1,000.
So like I had explained to Holly, my wife, what target panic was. And now I don't have target panic in the sense that it's a big deer or something like that. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out because I'm bad with numbers. And it goes so far as to say that I'm so bad with numbers that I'm ranging shit. I'm going 20, 25, 20, 25, 15, 15, 30. And all of a sudden I'm like, fuck, which tree was which? And then I'm panicking because I don't remember where the hell I was. So the doe that I shot, I was ranging also, but then I shot her at a spot where I hadn't ranged, so I made an assumption, and I wasn't that far off. She was 30, and I was at 35. So
do you use a single?
But like that's now this has me intrigued because now I don't have to second guess bullshit, and I don't got to worry because I'm using the single pin from HHA.
Yep,
and I love it. I don't want. By the way, the multiple pins will fuck me up too because I'm like, oh my God, which one's the which one, and that'll mess me up. So like. I need to simplify things as much as I can.
I started killing deer consistently when I moved from a 3-pin or 5-pin to a single pin.
Yes.
I think especially if you're like
you got to remember to turn it to the right spot.
Well, yeah, for sure.
But
now
honestly,
that's like
if you
range everything,
scouting,
you know where you're at. Yep.
If you do your scouting,
but I'm hunting public land. Everything's new all the time. Every spot is new.
Just range your spots. I mean,
but I got a rangefinder last year after I missed that buck.
But most of the shit that we're hunting.
No, but I'm also like, I have a fucking North Star compass of a brain for range finding shit organically. And you got to see it.
I'm going to call bullshit.
You fucking witnessed it.
Yeah, I witnessed it.
I was right
and you
every time.
One over the back of a nice buck last year.
And I was right on the money. Right, I messed up my shot.
You were not on
I was
the money.
Literally on the exact spot.
You were so full of shit.
I ranged and I said,
brown.
Greg, I was like, Greg,
They're
I ranged
green now, but they'll turn brown later.
I'm telling you, everything was perfect. I messed it up.
Yeah,
it was me. It wasn't my prediction of the range. I was right, but I fucked up my shot.
It was you and your prediction of the range. You fucked it up. The buck lives and he got hit by a car.
Really?
Sorry.
We went to that shoot. We went to the archery shoot, and how often was I right?
Ask him about the deer pancake.
Yeah, the deer called pancake
because he had a fucking wide beam.
So really? Called him.
And the ends of his beams,
like real.
Like seriously, the end of his beams, like he should have sprouted basically a second set of points. It would have been a 10 point.
There's a movie of Will Ferrell. Pancake.
And so he came out in the end, and he was flat on the ends. The ends of his beams were flat.
I missed pancake. But no, dude, I was right.
I can't tell you how many deer I missed before I killed my first deer.
Honestly, it happens.
Shit happens. It's like a rite of passage.
So, Smackdown Outdoors. Doug says, I want to see Eric use my site. Spot Hog, Hog Fever 7. No freaking way,
7 pins?
Dude, you want to know?
He will have his boots off in the tree trying to figure out the whole dynamics of that 7-pin sight.
I'm trying to think of the Spot Hog. It's not the.
You used to shoot a Spot Hog before you had the HHA.
I had a Spot Hog.
I had a Spot Hog too.
Mine was a 2-pin.
Yep.
Vertical.
Fast Eddie.
Yep. Mine was a Fast Eddie.
Yeah.
Great
sight.
I love that sight.
Yep. I used that one too.
But the scope was kind of small.
Yeah.
Upgraded to the HHA.
It took me a minute to get used to HHA because it's such a small pin that the precision is
either 1 or 2. It's like a 0.10 or 0.19.
Small, man.
1.9.
So it took me a minute to figure it out because before that I was using Trophy Line.
Well, you can order either one. You can get a 0.19.
Trophy Ridge.
That's the one.
Trophy Ridge. Yeah.
Fucking dude, all the names are the damn same one there. Jesus Christ.
You're talking about a product guy.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you better take it easy here.
But I'm not the gear guy.
I have to be. So
yeah.
I'm the idiot.
Your
Okay.
boy Levi's right though,
See.
because Garmin that site is illegal to use in a lot of Western states. So you got to
Really?
check your
Yeah.
regs.
Why? Because it's not ethical.
Well,
That should be
that's
more
a bigger
ethical.
conversation. I agree, but it's
To a degree.
there's some states. I think North Dakota literally just made it legal to use lighted nocks.
Illegal or legal?
Legal, just made it legal
Just
to
made
use.
it legal.
Don't quote me on that for
So,
sure.
yes,
you want to
you
do a
can
better
use that.
job of killing the animal.
It's because it's
that's
like
not going to better the.
Better your odds of like knowing. I don't know.
I don't see how that's going to better.
You want to
your
make sure the
odds of
thing
killing
died.
An animal.
You know, you want to make sure
It's
that
really
it died.
not. It's an indicator going. Yep.
Indicator, yes.
I can see where my.
I think
arrow
it
is
helps
sitting.
you recover
Yes.
more animals.
Yeah,
I
thank
think
you.
what they had, the ruling was more just like less than battery operated or lights. They just wanted to avoid that altogether. And I think
See, now-
technology kind of went past it.
lighted sights. I can see that being a problem with a lot of different regulations.
But, and I don't know.
not-
I'm guessing it's illegal in North Dakota because everything's there pretty much illegal.
Right.
On
So
archery,
you got to shoot a
that's-
friggin' trad bow and
No,
pick
you can
your
use a
spot.
compound and stuff. I
no,
got
you can use a spear.
I'm being dramatic. But
Yeah.
you use a spear.
Spears are fine.
yeah, spears are probably legal. They probably are.
They might be,
Even though
60% of the time, you never hit your target.
but you cannot use a steel head. It has to be chipped out of flint.
We talked to one of those guys
Flint
on the show
napping.
a long time ago.
What?
Dude made his own
flint
moccasins.
napper.
He made his own arrows out of wood.
Dude
He
was
made his own
seriously
fletchings.
a
He made his own books.
badass.
And he actually killed deer with all this shit.
He was-
Primitive archery.
He was almost Native American, not quite though.
It was the most hardcore
Is that
guy
what
I've ever
this
seen.
guy-
He actually has YouTube videos of spear killing buffalo.
Really?
That's pretty hardcore.
It was the most hardcore episode I ever talked to. But it was because it was interesting, not because
Yeah, I mean,
anyone's
it's
gonna do it.
interesting, I guess. I mean, there's just, I don't know.
More
I
efficient
think there's a
ways.
way there. It's actually, in a lot of ways, I think it's more humane to the animal to use like
New
some stuff
technology.
that's going to put it down as quickly as possible.
Iron Will Broadhead say it's as sharp as science will allow. Like
Yeah, I mean, it's the guy makes ridiculously sharp, great heads.
Ranch Ray says it cuts on the molecular level.
Yeah,
When I heard that, that's when I pulled the trigger.
That's what your mom said.
Dude, I
I was
have
like,
to. I
oh my
have
god,
to.
I gotta buy this.
Did you say so? Are you a Ranch Fairy disciple?
Well, because of him,
Yeah.
and because my dad
Don't
told me
look-
about the Ranch Fairy.
You looked at me with a little bit of hate.
Yeah.
in
No,
your
there's
eye.
not hate. It's just skeptical. I don't.
the Ashby Foundation
We'll talk
seems
about
like
it
There's
later.
diminishing return
and
on
me.
these heavy arrows builds. I can.
See, there's heavy, there's light.
Yeah, you're
and
gonna
there's
smack it in the
there's-
side.
I'm in the
there's
middle. I'm in the middle.
in-between.
I'm in the in
You got to
between.
pick the
I-
in between.
100%.
We can see. We agree.
I like a
I'm
heavy
throwing
setup
500
arrow.
some
There's a
odd
difference
grams.
between heavy and stupid.
So we know some 700s that are stupid.
Yeah,
I play.
Right
I'm not gonna lie. I
Ranch
played
Fairy's
with it.
stupid. I mean, it's just
I
that's
played
dumb.
with a 700. It wasn't.
I'm not calling the guy stupid. He's
No.
obviously very smart.
Yeah.
The whole
Very smart.
setup is just not something that I
No,
I can
not everybody wants to shoot that. and I get that.
DCA Custom Arrows is another guy you should get on this podcast.
Hook me up, man.
I'll hook
I
you
asked
up.
for an intro on every
guy
calendar
is-
and invite. So
yeah.
you tell me.
Dude, I'm going to leave
You're
with
going to
like
get
a
a follow
list
up
of
after
people.
this podcast.
You're going to be like my personal podcast. I'm going to be like, all right, who do I
Bring
get
it.
to, yeah,
And
listen
you
to
can come up
today?
and hang out with us. And when we get Derek out of the tree stand after,
Derek's
I'm going to be
hunting.
rude and I'm going to.
It's 6:49. He's
No.
done. It's dark.
No.
It's dark. It ended
He's
at
done.
6:15.
He's home. He didn't
Legal
get one.
light.
Yeah, he's.
Did
I
you see
didn't
anything though?
I don't know. He doesn't
See my
message
camera,
us.
my phone hasn't.
Derek's old school.
He's not that old school.
Yeah, but
Nothing on the trail camera, so it makes me feel good.
I don't think
He's
I have
pretty-
anything in mind.
they
unless
went
it's a
behind it.
squirrel.
They,
They
smelt.
they did.
They smelt the nutty bar. You wiped.
I'm
all
using the
over that
Moultrie.
thing.
No, I used the snack pack. So
I got
No,
some Moultrie,
see?
so I have. Yeah, here's my squirrel nuts. I got nothing, man.
Yeah,
That is not a nut. That's not
It's
a
a tail.
testicle.
Dude, I want to see if I can-
That's not a testicle. I'm
But I did
sorry.
get another hunter, and that's good intel.
You had another. Yeah, I do. I set up. I actually
Honestly,
had one
people
of my
scout for
cameras.
other hunters. That is great intel. I'll take
Oh,
that any
dude,
day of
I,
the
You
week.
got one
I actually
hunter.
have a
5
camera.
days in a row. That was his rutcation. Way before rut.
One
He
hunter
was
once.
more than okay.
one hunter once.
Whatever.
I actually
It's
have a
fine.
camera set up right now to catch a guy that's been creeping on my property.
That's
There
a
you go.
problem.
I have a battery backup on one of the cameras, and it's got a
Mhm.
cable that goes back to it. Because like the thing about cuttybacks is they eat battery like it's their job,
Yep.
so they die
Dude, mine's
fast.
doing pretty good. But
Yeah,
I'm also
well-
not taking a lot of pictures. Spare me.
That's because you put it in the wrong spot.
Exactly.
I have the battery backup and the cable that's connected to it. I came out there to check it the one day. I actually was hanging a tree stand in that spot, and the cable was cut clean.
So was it?
Wow.
Did the squirrel do it?
No, dude, it was
Clean
not.
cut.
It was
The
clean
squirrel
cut.
with no testicles.
No, I was gonna grab the picture of the squirrel's ass that I have on. That I got the one picture of, but I'll show it to you anyway. So anyway, I have another cable, and like the idiot thought it wasn't gonna work anymore. Like, it still works. Like, you didn't disable it.
That's pretty aggressive that they did
Yeah.
that.
So I got in a shouting match with the guy like 2 years ago, and
You don't want to mess with a Dutton.
right.
You should have told me your last name.
I don't think at the time. Well, no, it was. I mean, there was
You
out.
should just ask him. You ever see that show?
I now knowing, like looking back, I wish I could go back on that encounter.
How about
and say a
Dutton?
lot of
Okay.
How about Dutton? Don't mess with me.
But yeah, anyway, it was just, kind of like an old man get off my lawn type thing. And I was like,
Get
yeah,
off my lawn.
and I'm pretty sure the dude's not supposed to be on there anyway. I don't think that's the prop. He says he's got rights to it, but I don't know.
Well, that's where you have a conversation.
And it's not my farm. I've got permission to hunt this farm, and I don't want to rock the boat at all because
Of course
like
you
the
don't.
farm.
You're
So
like,
I'm just
I'm
like,
going to keep hunting here.
hey,
but
dude.
like, something's going on here.
you do you, I'll do me. We're all good. I'm staying on my side. You stay on your side. We're fine because I don't want any issues, right?
Who had the
Right.
post about like encroaching on a property line? Like there's a certain limitation of like, don't hunt my line.
There's been a few
Well, there's
people,
something
I mean,
to that though. Like
there
this
is.
same dude has a tree stand right on the property
right
line,
on the property line.
pointing into the property I can
this
hunt.
is
See, I got a
controversial
problem with that
topic.
So do
because
I.
I've done that.
So do I.
I've had a lease before, and the guy built a brush blind, and it was like clearly small opening in the back,
Because if you shoot a deer and it goes on the wrong property, what are you
Big-
going to do?
big opening in the front facing
The wrong,
the
the wrong
yeah, I mean,
property.
clearly, dude, we left a message.
Oh, you got
for
some
ya.
good nuts on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, these nuts.
That is testicles.
Yeah, I don't know if it is, but at least it's
That's that's an
You
anus.
see a
on a
little
squirrel.
bit of-
That's a
it's a
squirrel
nice
anus.
tail.
Yeah,
That's a nice tail.
there's nuts there.
That ain't a
It's
white
fine.
tail, but that's a nice tail.
Yeah.
That's great.
Unfortunately, that was like the best trail camera picture I got that week.
Yeah, the one of the other hunter, I was like, wow, I can't believe someone else went back.
See, I didn't take the picture because he went around like the deer do and came around
See?
the backside and
Shit.
snipped it.
Well, humans are
Deer
smarter
did
than
it.
deer.
Sometimes.
Once you've educated.
I
them
do
to
think that we oftentimes give deer more credit than they
I would
probably
agree.
deserve.
their-
But
who posted the video the other week about like somewhere a 4-year-old is or not 4-year-old? What was it like? Yeah, an 8-year-old is going to shoot a deer.
yeah,
Like
Yep.
and probably a booner.
you're going to be putting camo paint on your face.
Mhm.
Doing this, you're wearing like $3,000 worth of camo. You're doing all this shit. You're such a badass. You're working all this.
See, I'll make.
But
an
by the
argument
way,
for good camo though.
An 8-year-old is going to shoot a freaking deer. Okay,
Yep.
so like let's just keep in mind the spectrum of
Yep.
what deer hunting is, and
Yeah,
I think
no.
our brand helps with that. A
You
little
can
bit.
go out in that flannel and kill deer.
Well, that's what I've been doing. I've been
Yeah.
doing the flannel,
It's
not,
kind of a thing now. People like
not
to
like
go
I'm a
out in their
Cody Picasso
flannel and
fanboy.
their jeans.
but it's comfortable and I like it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper than the camo because at Flea Farm here in Wisconsin, I can get a flannel for like $8.
That's fine when it's like 50. But
Right.
like when it gets cold, like to me, like
need a
that's where
jacket.
like
Flannel
having
ain't happening.
No, you,
good
you do need a
cameras,
jacket.
good cameras.
That'll be a
worth it.
layer underneath the jacket that you
Yeah,
had
yeah.
to spend about a couple $100
Yeah.
on.
It's worth it for
Yeah.
good camo. You can stay longer. You can hunt.
Space
You're
age
more comfortable.
technology.
Yep. Merino wool, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it's at.
That is where it's at. That's the single best investment I made in my hunting gear in the last couple of years, and it came from Greg talking about it too long.
First
But
light.
but I didn't buy First Light. I went to my local
sorry.
Sherpers, and I bought
Fine, we'll
30
forgive you
30
just
below or
once.
whatever the hell they're called. I don't even know the brand, but like they make mountaineering gear, right? Like this is some merino wool that's not designed or aimed at the hunting market, so it's probably all the same. It's just a different brand feel.
Mhm.
But like I bought an Under Armour, lightweight workouty kind of material thing from.
I don't want to shit
wherever.
on anybody, but every time I wear
I'm not gonna.
that
It's not even
stuff,
Under Armour. It's that material. It stunk
stinks.
bad.
Yeah.
You smell armpits
And I
and
wore it
asshole.
over my merino wool.
Even
My
if you
merino
didn't
wool
put it
didn't
on
stink,
your
but that
bottom.
did. And so the merino wool just doesn't hold any scent.
Well, it doesn't.
It's beautiful.
It doesn't
Yeah,
hold any
it's
scent. It
a wonderful
wicks away
thing.
great. It's warm when it needs to be warm, and it's cold when it needs to be cold.
You should
it's
piss
a-
yourself once.
I actually
Did you
like.
done this?
No, I'm not pissed myself, but I've gone like waist deep in muck water, and I come out and it's still been warm at least for a couple hours. So
It's very impressive. I got my dad some stuff for I think it's Christmas or Father's Day or something. I got him merino wool, and he enjoyed it. Like,
Yeah.
because
I-
now I can't even comprehend how I used to buy other bullshit.
I think it's more important right now
The
when
cotton
it's
killer?
like warmer when you're walking out.
Yes.
Because you get a good sweat going when you're walking.
or
At
even
least
walking in.
Maybe that's just my
but
fault.
you got to drag
no,
a deer out.
it's-
That thing gave me my lungs almost collapsed dragging this fucker out.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
take it easy on the cigs.
Yeah,
Jesus,
I
I
mean,
don't smoke cigs.
take it
I don't
easy.
smoke anything.
Do you have
I
the
All
Rona?
just,
secondhand.
I had my buddy help me, and neither of us are in shape. And somehow he's got a missing chromosome or something. Physically, he can handle some weird shit.
I'm 99% sure the buck I killed last year, I had COVID when I shot it.
Oh God,
Puffing and blowing,
I just
feeling like
dude,
shit.
Honestly, no. The night before I did a hanging hunt, and I remember sitting down being like, man, that kicked my ass way more.
That's how I felt.
Why am I so
All I did was
tired?
climb a tree and hang a stand.
Literally, it was like
I was one stick high, and I was like, done.
yeah, and I literally left it. Like I'm like, I can't even take this thing down right now.
Yeah.
And that night, I got a fever and was like, yuck, nasty. Felt terrible.
Yeah.
And I actually don't even think I went out that morning because I was that bad. And then so I went out hunting either that night or the next day, and I shot that deer, and I felt perfectly fine after that. I like shortly thereafter lost my taste for like 7 days.
So maybe, yeah.
I later had to apologize to my brother and friends who helped me track that deer. I was like, hey,
I was breathing on you.
I might have had COVID.
We don't know.
But they one of those guys probably gave it to me at the time too. So who knows?
Thanks.
I wasn't doing good dragging that thing out. I was like, wow, this is.
But yeah,
way harder than I
that's
thought.
what I was talking about. Like when I was dragging, I was like, holy crap.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah, you call me. I'm like on the phone with a customer trying to help them through their problem. I'm like, I can't answer right now.
No, I was like, I can't believe he's not picking up. What the hell's he doing?
What a dick. And
you didn't even know I was going hunting. I made like a split-second decision to go hunting.
You didn't tell me at all. And I'm like, I'm gonna call him back. 4:35. I can call you back. Yeah. I just shot one. You did what?
No, I sent you an antler pic, and you're like, "Is that yours?"
I'm like,
you drag it out, or you got a deer
no,
card?
it wasn't. Is it yours? Are you kidding me?
Deer card's a good investment.
I didn't have a deer card, but it was all marshy and swampy and wet. And then I dragged it into like a hidden lake. I didn't know. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" My buddy's like, "We got to go this way,"
because he doesn't know directions where the shit.
Well,
we were trying to go out with us.
He doesn't carry a compass with him.
He was bragging on his ability to range.
It wasn't that big of a problem. I knew where I was, but I was like, "Where the fuck did this pond come from?"
Do you hunt around here then?
I hunt like all over this general region, and I have a lot of public spots that I will hit up, depending on weather. Wind usually is the big factor.
Do you see like a lot of hunting pressure with other people out in this area?
I honestly seem to avoid it pretty well, to be quite frank.
So the little public land hunting I do down here, like
but it's out
in the
there. It's
south,
a lot. There's enough pressure, but I don't know.
I don't really see that much.
Like there was one dude when I was out last night, and I talked to him when he got back to his truck. I got back to my truck, and I was like, "Yo, where were you at?" Like I was out here because I don't give a fuck. Like telling people where I'm hunting, and people seem to be so protective.
I'd rather be that way if I meet somebody in public.
I want to tell you where I am so you don't come by me.
Exactly.
Because if I'm there, look, my spot's bullshit. Stay away from me, okay? Right. People seem to think that it's like worth. And Greg and I have had conversations about this. Greg is not going to tell you where the hell he hunts. If I say certain words on this podcast, he will murder me in my sleep.
Wow.
Exactly. So I'm like I'm
probably more than your.
I'm like a dual thing here. Like, you know what? But Greg's also learning this season. Like, how many times have I talked to Greg where he's like, "Oh yeah, another trail cam. Oh yeah, another boot print. Oh, I found a hunter." Like, guess what? It ain't so sacred after all, is it? You know.
So you hunt public too around here?
I have to.
Yeah.
Well, Infalt just did an article on this. He said people are getting more educated.
Well,
it's because of him. It's because of him,
right?
He's
the hunting public. The hunting public is another one.
Yeah, the hunting public.
We can blame a lot of people, but we can also thank them.
You can blame my app if you want to. The Where to Hunt app.
Well, but we can thank them for all the knowledge
because that's just more people buying product. So to me, it's awesome. Everyone should hunt.
We want people to hunt. Yep. I would rather see more people. That gives our state, it gives us ammunition and power to go. All right, state of Wisconsin, we need more public land. Get on the ball here.
Well, and it makes it harder for them to take that away from us, right? Mm-hmm. The more people that are out there doing it.
I mean,
or at least like just the thing that I've liked that I've seen and noticed over the last like 5 or 6 years is that there's more of this farm to table movement, and it's more acceptable even by people that don't really want to hunt.
Yes.
I had to interview vegans as part of my incubator.
I think it'd be fun
for the app.
Too.
I had to go and talk to people. Like, so I interviewed probably 50 people that were close to it that I actually got a hold of to figure out what it is they're doing. One of the people I talked to, he said, and I remember this one, this is why this example I use. He said, I was standing in the grocery store, I was looking at the meat section, and it hit me that I don't know where the F this came from. And he's like, I've tried paleo, I've tried vegan, I've tried all of these things, quite frankly, vegan didn't agree with my body and how I process things. So now I've done this carnivore approach, and I've done that. And now I'm like, I don't know where this meat came from. So now I enrolled in archery classes at my local archery shop, learn how to shoot a bow. And now I'm reaching out to like figure out how I can go hunt and what that looks like. So now you have this audience that's like literally trying to figure out how to hunt for the reason so they can know where their meat came from.
Yep.
And the issue that I have is people that then, this is why OKS Hunter exists, is because then you have someone that's going to bag on an adult onset hunter term because it's a 4-year-old looking dude with a spike buck.
Yep.
And they're going to say, I can't believe you shot that thing. What's wrong with you? And this guy
That's
just
bullshit.
can't, you just converted a vegan to being a hunter. And now you're going to shit on him. Like, what are you doing?
Or, I mean,
your spot's not going to exist much longer if
Right.
the industry goes away.
It's not, it's not even that. It's like the subtle things, like regardless of like, you know, even if someone's not ripping on them for not shooting a deer that's a booner or whatever, a 3.5-year-old buck.
Their idea of a good deer.
Everything that you see tells you, whether it's like directly being told to you that you should shoot a bigger buck.
Yep.
Like everything you see in all marketing, everything is like, don't shoot that, shoot this.
Yep.
You need to let people evolve to that.
100%. I mean, honestly, it's even like, you know, to talk about half rack again, not to try to like make
which by the way, your logo
is a smaller buck
on
purpose.
And a half
like,
rack.
not like that, but I mean, like, it's a smaller
not
buck.
like that.
I mean, it's like that. I mean, it's like, you know, it's a great buck, right?
Yep.
It's just like most people would be ecstatic to kill that deer,
Yep.
right? And that's good and should be celebrated.
Yeah,
correct.
It
all
should.
deer,
All deer should.
All deer should be celebrated.
Yep.
Even
I
the
agree.
even the does.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree totally. I mean,
so with that whole thing, it's like, yeah, if there's a vegan that's converting like that to the field to fork movement or the farm to table, whatever you want to call it, that is a movement.
sure.
And it is spiking interest in the space. There's a lot of guys that are mad about it. I'm like,
Who?
what are you talking about? What
The
are you mad
trophy
about this
hunters.
for? Like,
Dude,
we need to
The guys that
welcome
have
them.
arrived.
yeah, to me, it's so refreshing to not have that though.
Yep.
No.
Like, I mean,
There
So-
are more of those people out in our realm than the trophy hunters.
I would rather watch like a good backstory hunt where the guy's like authentic and he's legitimate and he goes out and kills a 4-point than, to be honest, you know, not to bang on juries, but a Drury hunt where they're in a box blind that, you know, they're shooting a 200-inch
Off a
deer
feeder.
off of a food plot.
Right.
Like, it's just, that's not relatable to me. And it's not interesting because of that. Like, I don't have
Same.
a perfectly,
It's just not really. I have 3
it's just
kids.
not-
I don't have time to like.
dude,
I don't have the
or
kind
the
of money.
time or the money and the
Yeah.
investment to do that. There's
No.
like 1% of the population that can do it.
Yeah.
God bless them.
I'm trying to find
'Cause I
someone to
would do
like
the
go
same
man
thing
my
too.
canoe with me. Like, dude, who wants to go hunting with me on a canoe? Because I don't want to bring it up by myself.
Right.
No one.
I mean, if I ever got to that point too, where I had that kind of stupid money too, I'd have the same thing. But, you know, for me, my situation, what I'm in right now, I find it more entertaining. Like, that's why I think so many people have really like gravitated to the hunting public.
Correct.
Because it's like, they're
It's
just
relatable.
dude.
Well,
It's
Whitetail
relatable.
Adrenaline did a good job of that too.
Whitetail
like,
Adrenaline,
they like would
yes.
buy a hoopty on purpose to show people,
Dude,
like, look, it doesn't matter.
they
You don't need
still-
this fancy shit.
Like, half these guys get how many views a week when they post their videos, and they haven't even killed anything this year, I don't think.
no,
Like, and they're still,
They're buck-
they still have like,
I think the last one I watched, buckless.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, it's
we're
nuts.
buckless, or it was one of the
Yeah.
posts.
Did they take our term?
buckless.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
antlers.
pretty sure we're
Antlerless.
done with being
We should
buckless.
connect with those guys more often, maybe.
Yeah.
No, they're
Literally.
good dudes.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. So
And I
there's a lot
appreciate
of
what
fun to
they're
be
doing.
had, and there's
Hell
a
yeah.
lot of the trophy for me is the adventure and the experience. So like scouting my way in yesterday was a ton of fun. I took my time. I slowed down. I
we were
scouted my way
messaging
in.
back and
I was
forth.
pretty far back in.
You, me,
and
and Derek, and
you guys saw my whole journey the whole way through.
and you're like,
I had shit for
I'm over
reception.
here. I'm like,
but
dude, put the wind in your nose and keep walking.
Yeah.
Because it's not there. Keep going.
Mhm.
And you did. You found something, and you put up. No, you didn't see them.
So
You
you-
heard them, but they were there. And
Do you guys
You're
like to
close.
just go find different areas that you've never hunted before?
that's how
Honestly-
I like that a lot. I personally
I'm
love
gonna
that.
be honest with you.
I don't hunt the same spot a lot.
I have one buck.
Gun
on the
hunting
wall.
is different.
I have one buck on the wall, and that was because I put the wind in my nose. Then it was at my back, and then it was at the side of my face. I found some really hot sign. I set up on it, and I killed the buck 2 hours later.
I think I got pretty lucky with this guy. I went
I've
on a
had
new property.
I've had
and-
better luck looking
Yeah.
and finding good sign, and public land has a lot to do with that. If you have a good piece of private that you don't just go, well, my stand's over here and I'm going to go here all the time. If you mobile hunt
Mm-hmm.
and I don't care if you're in a saddle or a lone wolf or
Yep.
whatever you've got. If you're mobile and you just put boots to the ground and you find fresh rubs with sap dripping out of the tree and fresh scrapes on the ground where it's all pawed up and you can smell the piss.
Yep.
You know what? This is probably a good idea to just set up here. What are the chances? It's a 50-50
The spot where I
shot.
shot the doe, dude, we tried to track the doe that I shot, and we smelled deer.
Yeah, you could smell
It
deer
actually got
piss all
so
over in it.
confusing because
How
we
many
were in
beds
such a
did we find?
thick.
It was
more
all
than we
buck,
could count.
It was buckthorn and canary grass.
It was
I
a.
love that.
You don't get any better.
My
of a
dad got
bedding area.
lost for crying out loud.
Yeah,
We had to
he
use
did.
the word hunt app to come back to us. It was some thick, nasty shit that we were in.
It was great stuff, though. I mean,
Yep.
you had every right to be there because the deer were there.
But I'd never hunted ever before. I took a totally different approach. I hiked up a freaking stream to get there. And you're like, Jesus, how far did you go? Are we there yet? No, not yet. We're up here. Yep, keep going. Yep, keep going. It was nuts. We have a caller.
Oh boy, what do we
boy.
got?
Looks like they're being auto screened at the moment. But talking about half rack and half rack river fowler, Gary Dutton. Is this your dad?
Yeah, it is.
Bring on the old man.
Oh my God.
Hey, Gary, you're live in the OK Center podcast. Welcome to the show.
Hey, just let you know that one of your half rack followers, neighbor, just shot that 8-pointer with that little drop tine on it.
Uh-oh.
That's on the family farm. Good. Glad to hear
Drop
it.
Yeah,
tine, huh? We
yeah.
should put up some more drop tines.
I'm 90% sure.
You guys to drive back. So like,
Yeah, no, it's a nice buck though. That's great. He shot
Yep,
that tonight.
Yep, it's great. He just called me. I got to go help him track it, so I'll be leaving your
Dude,
podcast, but your mom will be watching it.
that's about the best podcast call we've ever got ever.
Awesome. I mean,
Someone
you
shot a
can't
deer.
beat-
So my mom
I mean-
and dad are watching.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You have
He
support.
said
Family
that he likes the
Th-
snack
three-
pack, too. He ordered one from you, and he said that he was reaching in it, and he didn't even see him, didn't even hear him going after it.
Well, that's great. Good plug. Thanks,
is-
Dad.
that is
Checks in the
good.
mail.
That's great.
Yeah, checks in the mail.
Congrats to whoever shot that drop
All
tine.
right.
That's great.
Yep. So yeah, he got that little drop tine on the left side there, Josh. The one that we got on film.
Cool.
You're gonna have to share that with
All
us
right,
so we
so
can.
I
share
gotta
that.
go help. I gotta go help him track it.
Good luck on the track.
Yep. Good podcast. Enjoyed it very much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So
All righty. Take care, you guys.
Bye.
three of my 8 followers have now either participated in the show or sent a message.
That's awesome.
He's out of Wisconsin, obviously.
So yeah, they're the family property is in Clark County, Wisconsin, which is just a little north east of Black River Falls.
Nice.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Cool. So
I
your
don't-
dad's gonna
I-
go track a deer in the dark.
Yeah, they've been putting some down. Then my uncle shot a pretty decent 8-pointer Sunday night out there too. So
Awesome.
yeah, you guys are talking about public land. I've been pretty spoiled in my life because I've always had like private, and I just knock on doors to get permission to hunt.
Yeah,
You know,
but
let it-
but that's not easy. That's like we're not against private. We're not also against big bucks. Like with the trophies in the eye of the beholder. I think the trophy is the experience and potentially the meat. And if you can throw it on your wall, like freaking awesome.
Yeah, like you hunt your hunt, whatever you want to do. Like,
Yep.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
what
you got
into,
sticker
I
here,
saw
right?
that- yeah,
There
right
you
here.
are. And you're
Yep.
from Wisconsin, so you get the
My
Wisconsin
tag.
one.
Nice.
That's freaking. That's what we're about here. But
Yep.
no, thanks for driving up here and hanging out with us. We're, a little over an hour here, I think now. So
Well, why ruin a good thing?
I don't know. We can keep going. We can wind down. He's got to drive back to Racine. He's got to drive back to your town.
Where's
Yeah.
your town?
It's not far. It's 25 minutes west
West.
towards
Conwalk.
Madison.
I'm just gonna run down 83. It should be pretty easy for me. Probably get Culver's for dinner tonight or
If
something.
one of you guys hits
Oh,
a deer on
boy.
the way home, I'm gonna feel real bad and maybe good. I feel I see a big buck with my truck. I'm gonna nail it and be like, I got one.
I somehow
heavy
like,
arrow,
The
Ford
purple-
F-150.
The purple bullet.
I drove the car up, so I'd prefer not to hit one because that'll
That
not
would
go. Actually, maybe I do want to total that thing out, but yeah, no, it's hopefully not.
Hey, Jake from State Farm, I hit a buck.
Yeah.
Dude, tell us a little more about Half Rack. I mean, what are you guys all putting out there? I saw a boat case that was reasonably priced.
Mhm.
I saw a couple of different types
Soft
of
case too, which I
hangers.
kind of like the soft case.
Yeah, it's an
an
soft
easy
case.
grab.
Yeah,
I mean, for me too. I mean, literally, I have that in the back of my car or truck or whatever, just
Mhm.
to grab and go. I mean, in
Mhm.
Wisconsin, you don't have to have it cased, but it is kind of nice just to, if you're going to put it on a 4-wheeler or whatever, just to keep the dust off of it, whatever. We sell a lot of them.
But
So
there's one other thing you need to look at, and maybe I need to kind of reread through the regs, but when you're walking out of a piece of property, it doesn't matter if it's public or private. Technically, if you're past hours, you should have your bow case.
well, I actually have a property that's
What do you mean
kind of,
walking out property? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I can't walk out of my tree stand with my bow in my hand?
if you're after hours, you're technically
If you're hunting till last light, what the hell are you supposed to
read
do?
the regs. Just
I don't think you're
read
going to
them.
get pinned by anybody.
I don't think you,
If you don't have an
wardens
arrow
aren't out.
knocked and your release
Right,
is
right.
off and like everything else,
Right.
I don't think you're going to get any issue with
you
that.
shouldn't. But
There's-
I've heard
but
of things.
I have a spot that's kind of interesting with that too, and I've actually wanted to talk to the warden down there just to make sure that I'm in compliance.
Right.
But there's a spot that is, it's a park area, and it's like no weapons because it's a park.
Uh-huh.
And I cut the
Okay.
corner of that park, which is legal for me to go in the park whenever I want to go in the park.
Right.
But I actually
you
do
have a
like,
bow.
dude, I case it.
Yeah.
Just because all it takes is like one Karen to be walking in the park.
Yeah.
Right.
One
And-
Karen or Janice, whatever the hell her
Yeah,
name
exactly.
is.
And then
Right.
I'm screwed. And I turkey hunt the same spot. So whenever I turkey hunt, I do it most of the times with bow, but
You're gonna
I
shoot my
always do
dog.
it with a gun. Like
Right.
if I'm
Yeah.
turkey hunting there and I got my
That's-
shotgun, I
That's
always
a no
have it in
question.
the case.
You case it. And
But this
A
is
gun
like these
case,
are like
if you're
good rules of
using a
sportsmen.
vest.
Like these are good choices to be making
Well,
because
dude, I don't.
a lot of people don't understand this shit.
Well,
well,
and
and we don't need any more negative press.
Correct.
Right, just be respectful because
Yep.
people
Right.
it freaks people out.
Yep.
If there's somebody walking in a park and you're walking in there in camo with a gun,
Mhm.
I can imagine why people would be like, "Whoa, what's this guy up to?"
That'd be like us going to the city and seeing someone walk around with a freaking AK. But whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yeah,
what
I mean,
the fuck's
I
going on
literally
here,
like
you know?
announce myself because I've seen it. I've ran into people there, even with my bow. Like when I'm cutting that corner, I'll be like, "Hey, I'm bow hunting that private property over here. I'm just walking through,
Yep,
all
yep.
good,
Right.
And
My
most
friends are
everyone's
horseback
like,
riders. I'm like, hey, I'm just bow hunting.
yeah, I gotta
you know,
I have a theory about horse.
we,
I don't
Yeah.
think horseback riders like hunters. That
no,
much,
well,
really.
there's a story in the kettles last year. Someone
Yeah.
fucking shot a horse.
yeah,
How the
that
flip
could
do
be
you
a
shoot
good
a horse,
reason
man?
or
What are you
whatever.
talking
Or
about? Someone
elk,
on
like
it.
or elk. Like the reports that they come out with
I'm
every year
so
before gun
confused.
season, they're like, "This is an elk.
Yep, they
This
have
is
to.
a deer. Don't
Because-
shoot elk." And every year, elk die.
That's like the sign on the freezer department in the grocery store by the milk. It says this is not an exit. It's like that means some dumbass tried to leave here
Right.
through this door. Like someone is going to ruin it for the rest of us.
I mean, that's what it is too. It's just like, man, you honestly don't deserve to hunt if you get that confused.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, how do you confuse that with a freaking horse? Are you kidding me?
No,
like, I can't walk my dog
you
anywhere
shouldn't.
without an orange vest in bow hunting season because they look like deer. They're very brown.
Mhm.
Two brown boxers. They're actually the color's called fawn.
Fawn colored.
Yeah.
Fawn
That's
brindle.
that's a small deer though.
Well,
very
right,
small.
but you got OKS hunters out there shooting.
Well, and to
The
be
meat tastes
honest with
better.
you, I mean, I hunted Shaniqua,
Mhm.
and that's I think the biggest lot in that area was 9 acres. So I had the lady next door had golden retrievers, and that was like her biggest concern. Well, they look a lot like deer, ma'am. No, they don't look like deer at all. They're quite a bit different. And plus, I'm a dog person, so I know what dogs look like. That's
and
totally
know your
different.
target and beyond.
Yeah, know
Exactly.
your
It's
target
like
and what
one
is
of the
beyond.
first-
It's
Yep. I won't shoot on a
huge.
hill crest to this day, man. Like
Nope.
hunter safety, that shit stuck with me. Like
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
finger straight
it's
off the
even like
trigger
what
until
you
you're ready to
owe
fire.
to the
Safety always
animal.
on. You
Yeah,
know?
you even owe it to the
You owe it to
animal.
the
Like
animal.
the people that just shoot at like a brown spot in between in the
or a
brush. Like, I don't even-
noise
I
or
don't-
something stupid.
I can't even fathom
There's
how
No.
you do
DNR
that.
incident reports of like turkey hunters shooting other people
That happens a lot.
because they
Yeah.
thought the turkey decoy calling at them was a freaking turkey and it was
And,
another hunter.
I mean, clearly,
I can understand that
I could probably go Google it right now and find an incident
for
report.
sure. I can understand that more than I can somebody shooting another hunter, a dog, or horse deer hunting.
Mhm.
Turkey hunting, like especially with like the reaping thing, and that's why like in a lot of states they've made reaping illegal.
Because other people are
Mhm.
going to get shot.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't reap in public property. I'm not going to take a tom decoy and creep around and move around.
no, you're asking.
I'm
to
just
get your
not
ass
doing it.
shot.
not going to do it. So I can kind of get it. I mean, I still can't really get it because I still wouldn't do that myself unless
Humans are supposed to be smarter than the animals.
again, like I go back to that most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time they are.
No, it's good stuff. How do you find half rack? Where do we go?
At Instagram, I think it's half.rack. And then we're on Facebook as well. And www.half-rack.com. We've got a ton of cool apparel on there too.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff that like Jimmy has created is there's some really good stuff. We're launching a couple new ones for the rut coming up here in a couple of days. The rut stash one is kind of funny. And then we also have a line of, we had a turkey shirt that was henned up, and it literally just said henned up.
I saw the henned up in the box, right?
Yep. Yeah, and then we got one now that's locked down. So just to kind of go in the same fashion of that.
Henned up, locked down.
Yep. And then we've got handsome hunting gear, and we've got a ton of cool shirts and hats and stuff and swag, and a couple tumblers. I brought a couple tumblers with us too. And
cool, man.
So the swag's available, a lot of our products available, and people can find us on the website. There's some 60 plus dealers here in the Midwest.
You guys going to retail?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's
Sherpers. Hit up Sherpers.
Yeah, they're not.
God, we love Sherpers.
Yeah, we should. I'm the sales guy. So
there's like only 2 of them, right? Hales Corners and
Hales Corners. Yeah, I'll have to.
They're military surplus. They have great products. The stuff that they choose to stock is just a cut above the rest.
I'm actually embarrassed to say this because I'm a retail guy. I've never been in one.
You got to go into a Sherpers, man.
You're gonna find all sorts of stuff that
it's not a big box store.
Why would they carry this? Somebody asked about it.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's a lot.
That's exactly it. I've been like, you guys. What I was saying before, I go to online for a lot of these things that I want because it doesn't exist in big box. And Sherpers is like, okay, get a fucking saddle, get some sticks.
Well, dude, no one's got saddles. I mean, that's the thing.
Like, so Latitude Outdoors, who's one of friends of the show, they are going to retail with their stuff.
Good.
And like when you get their packaging now, it's packaged as if it were in retail.
Someone should.
No one else is doing that.
I know.
Latitude is doing a great job of that.
What stores are they in?
So they're based out of Michigan.
Shields.
So they're like going out of Michigan.
Shields is a phenomenal retailer.
It's not Shields.
But all Michigan stuff so far.
Michigan
probably like Jay's and Northwoods and Frank's.
It's
Jay's. Yeah, I've seen that.
Jay's.
And they've like done some like tutorial stuff at some of these retail shops. But I mean, dude, I don't know. There might be one other 2-piece system out there, but I don't know who the hell they are.
Literally, the only other one that I'm aware of is Hawk has one that's available at retail.
And
everything else is.
And what Hawk builds, and what the brand has turned into from what it was. It's not the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fun when you know the owner. Like I know
brand.
Alex, I know what he's building. I think it's phenomenal. Like, and then you get the product, you have it. It's quiet. There's magnets. Like it doesn't. There's no Velcro. There's no. Everything is like modular. You can take the thing that cups the balls off while you hike in. Because I didn't hike out with it. And I was like,
I just clip it around, and then I let like the bridge proper.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Terminology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of keep that clipped on the side, and then I just clip it onto there, and then I clip it around.
What are you using?
Trophy line.
Trophy line.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I mean they make great stuff too. I mean their stuff's awesome, and
they were the contender for me.
Yeah. They've been around for a long time. They make good stuff, and our friends at Beast Mode Archery, they're partnered with them some way, shape, or form.
But there's enough business to go around for everybody. There's enough innovation to be applied to some small niches of the different space, and
there's enough. Yeah, exactly.
It's
There's
all
enough.
fun.
There's enough pie for all of us to
correct.
Cut it up. And
so if there's no like saddle wars or something weird like there's been tree stand wars in the past.
No.
Man.
Well, the tree stand was dude. There's some crazy stories about that.
Oh, there's all sorts of stuff, and you got to hear every side of the story.
I've heard both sides of the one that's probably the most popular.
Right.
Not to give it away, but
right.
It's a fun story.
We all.
I'm glad I'm not involved in it. But.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm like NASCAR, man. I just like swerve around all of the crashes, and halftime I don't even know what the F is going on. People are like, did you hear about the da-da-da? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
There's
We're just here to drink scotch and bourbon and podcast.
There's a little bit of like drama in the archery industry,
in the deer hunting industry.
I don't want the neck biting the head off. Like we're all on the same page here, guys.
Pull your head out of the sand and take a listen.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, most of it's usually around broadheads too.
That's a big one.
It's like
and crossbows.
Crossbows, yes. Crossbows.
Missy says she's heading to deer camp. Missy, have fun.
Where's Missy's deer camp?
I don't know.
Missy, tell us where deer camp is.
Ours is in Prairie du Chien. Mine is in Prairie du Chien.
Yours is in Prairie du Chien.
You came once.
I did.
Where are you going to go now?
Just once.
You're not going there anymore?
No.
Didn't get invited back, or?
Oh, no, the invite is open. I'm pissed that he's not coming.
He's pissed off. It's north. It's Northwoods.
I used to go
Where's
northwoods. There's no
Northwoods?
deer up there.
Burnett County.
Good luck.
Yeah, a lot of wolves.
I don't care.
I want to go back down a logging road. I'm all for it, but you know what?
I was gonna go to my deer camp, but it sounds like all the deer got shot tonight. So
Your drop time's gone.
Well, shit.
Our drop time is not gone.
no, it's not. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even care if there was a deer or not. Half of that is just more about being around and hanging out. And
Yeah, we'll play cards and quarters, and all
and
sorts of
drink
dumb
and
shit.
hang
Yep.
out and tell
It's a good
lies
time.
to each other and
Exactly.
all think that we're gonna shoot monster.
My one
bucks.
buddy,
talk
he's a
smart.
city slicker straight up through and through. I think Greg was like trying to tell him stuff, and Greg's like, so they're both Greg and my other buddy Greg, and other Greg is like, I don't think you understand how much I don't care. I'm just here
He
to
didn't
like
give
put
a
a.
shit.
He's like,
About
I just
hunting?
want to. He's like, I just want to put a big dip in
No.
my mouth, and that was like,
I want to take a. I want
he
to
just
put
needed a
dip in
break
my mouth,
from reality.
and I want to go take a shit in the woods. That's all he wanted to do.
That's the highlight, huh?
and the funny part was,
Dude,
is
that's
like
terrible.
the shit that he took in the woods was like 20 yards behind him.
But he also saw
pile.
the biggest buck out of all of us like 2 years prior to
That's how
that.
it happens.
And then he
usually.
shot a
Yeah.
nice a 7-pointer. He's like, well, now what? I was like, well, now you got to gut it. He's like, well, I don't know how to do that. I was like, well, I'll gut it and you can drag it. So then I got to slice myself open, of course. And then he dragged. He's like, this is hard. I was like, well,
And
you
okay,
fucking
it's
shot
See,
it.
I
fashion.
have a rule with that. Like you get one. Like
Yep,
if it's a
correct.
new hunter, you
One
get
is a
one.
learn.
Yep.
You
It's
get-
a learning
Watch
experience.
closely
Watch
because I'm
closely.
doing this once
Take
for you.
notes.
Yep.
Yes.
Otherwise,
Take
it's
notes on
YouTube,
this
man.
shit.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
The best part is like when you have somebody that doesn't know, like, and that's another thing. That's hot topic too. Don't critique a man's gut job.
No.
That's fighting
Oh
words.
no,
Mm.
but you can critique mine all day long because I still to this day don't know what the hell I'm doing. Every time it's a reinvention of the wheel for
Dude,
me.
I actually have a buddy that I have.
Like, do these
I-
guts move around? Does this
Yeah,
animal
they do.
evolve?
If
Because
they're laying down.
but I
to the
did
left,
learn to
down
prop
the
it
right.
up on something on a downhill slope,
downhill is a good.
and then
yes.
you flip
Yep.
it over, and it all just comes right out.
Yeah.
This is a fun tactic I learned about gutting deer.
So I'm going to
Oh,
promote
yeah.
one item, and it's not even mine. I have no connection
The
to it.
butt-
So,
the-
dude, the
the
butt,
butt
out.
out, the butt out. You
Dude,
gotta
I'm
have the butt out.
First person
Dude,
I've heard of. Tell me that.
I got my dad a butt out for Christmas one year, and I was like, "All right, finally got one."
Dude, I'm telling you, it's an awesome tool.
But I have not had not great success with
How
the butt out.
awesome is it cleaning
You didn't
the
crank it
asshole
enough.
I
off
must
of-
not have.
off of that plastic piece.
You got to
of-
really get in there.
You take
Yeah?
the knife and like
Uh-huh.
you shave the
shave.
That's
Shave.
after.
Damn it!
Then
I dulled
you-
my knife because
Because you got to start with the anus.
You
You
gotta
got to
give,
start
like,
with the anus.
Well, you cut around it. All right. So the method, get it on its side for the
Yes.
butt out,
Yep.
right? Then I like the extra long butt out. They make two different kinds.
I didn't know that.
extra long.
Yeah, they make a
I
longer
actually
one
get
and
the
a
extra
shorter
long
one.
one.
The long one's hard to find. They might not make it anymore.
Huh.
But the short one's around. You can see
I don't
it.
have the butt out anymore. I don't know how it went.
Long
I probably
butt
left it in
pissed
the woods.
because I lost my big one. The longer one.
How many
I
knives
left.
have you lost, by the way?
How many what?
knives?
Yeah, how many knives are laying in?
Let's
gut
get the
piles?
camo knife because it looks cool. Well, that's fucking gone.
Yeah, it looks cool. But
Dude, I don't know
it's
that I've ever
gone.
lost. Not
You put
a
it down
knife.
somewhere, you're like, oh god, where'd
I
the
can
knife
tell
go?
you, my dad's got a couple of buck 119s laying in the weeds
Oh,
all
they're
over the
gone.
Northwoods.
My
Yeah.
brother literally just shot a deer a couple weeks ago and lost his knife. So it happens,
happens.
constantly.
Yeah.
I
I have a knife sharpener in my pack because
dude, I got the Outdoor Edge replaceable.
there you go.
oh, that's smart.
You're
My buddy
cheating.
Joel does that. Yeah,
Yeah, we represent
He
those
doesn't.
guys too. Those are that's
okay.
another plug. I'm not
Cool.
trying to be all pluggy, but that's
Well,
another.
Dude,
like
only
that-
2 people listen to this, anyways. It's fine.
Right, that's fine. But yeah, it lives forever on the internet though.
Yeah,
So like the replaceable blades, I think did change the game. 'Cause
Okay.
it does make it a hell of a lot nicer.
it does. Especially
Especially-
you're not everybody has woodsmanship and knows how to sharpen a knife.
Well, and they make it pretty damn easy to
Well, they
sharpen a
do.
knife now too. Like
They
it's
do.
not like you need to know like
Yeah, I got
the
this little
oils
plastic
and
thing.
Get the rocks. You don't
They've
even
got
need
it
that
figured out of what grade of steel they can run across sandpaper.
like the
to make it
workshop
work.
things, dude. You can
Yes.
literally just
Work
and the
sharp?
thing is like
Yeah.
it's sharper than when you bought it.
It's
They're
stupid.
phenomenal.
Sounds like I need
No
to get
joke. I had
Yeah,
a customer
they're
give
sweet.
me one because
Of course, he got another one.
they didn't.
Fuck you, Greg. Who,
Work
hey,
sharp.
Hey,
who
no one
wants to
likes
send
Plug
Greg
for
some
work
stuff?
sharp.
no one likes a
Let's
bragger.
stuff his stocking with some more shit for free. Look at him. He's
Make
just
me
too
feel
humble.
like an asshole.
He's just so humble. He
I'll
can't even
get you.
take it.
I'll get you that Outdoor Edge knife.
Let's send him some more stuff to make him feel uncomfortable. Just pile of free
Why
shit on
not?
Greg. Piss me
This
off, make
guy
him feel
shoots-
uncomfortable.
He
He's
shoots
gonna be like a NASCAR driver walking
Yeah.
around with all the logos
all
on
the
his shirt.
shit on
Yeah.
my shirt. Put
I
that
don't
all
know,
over
I
the
don't
back
know.
of my truck.
And he'll be honest. If he doesn't like it, he'll be like, I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I
So that's
appreciate
what's good
that.
about
I
him.
mean, and I would hope you would tell us.
I would tell you, and then I would say, "Hey,
Just
this
don't
is
leave
what
a
I would-
review.
He
I
might
would
be the
say,
one
"Dude,
crazy.
This
Text
is
me.
what I would do different." But hey, I'm just a plumbing and heating guy.
Yeah, just
so,
text me though.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, no, a big fan of that. I think that's like the butt out is a tool that helps big time.
Yep. It's the one thing that feels like, oh, I don't really want to buy this. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to fucking buy this.
Well, I mean, it's like $9. Well, it used to be. Who knows what inflation?
probably-
It'll probably be
it's
20.
18.
It'll be $20
It's
next
at,
year.
it's at a lot of retail. Could you imagine the conversation you have with retailers? Hey, I got this new product called Butt Out.
Yeah, I do that every year. That's what I do.
They're like, huh?
The
You'd
purchasing agent's
actually-
got to be like, what the
It's
fuck?
not who you talk to. Well, it is
It's
who you
literally
talk
who you
to.
talk to.
It's
Here's-
not what you talk to.
Here's one little dirty secret about the industry is that there's a lot of buyers who don't really
Understand the stuff.
right.
Yeah, like they wouldn't understand.
They're
like,
just
Heated
professional.
Hunts was
they're
a company we
they're
worked with.
professional merchants.
Butt Out. Like, how do you explain this stuff to these folks?
You just literally tell them like exactly what it does, and
You got to put it on your shelf in December, in
Sometimes you
November,
gotta
and
take-
September, and October.
you don't. I get it.
Baby
Like
steps.
you're like, do you trust me? Yeah. Okay. Put this in. You won't get it, but your shoppers will get it.
There you go.
That's what you got to say. I mean, in a lot
and
of
then
cases.
you do your part and market the shit out of it all over all the social media platforms and get it
Yeah,
into
butt up,
magazines
call
and
me.
everything. Yep.
Are you guys doing trade
Done.
shows this year or next year? I should say.
Dude, so that's big drama. You know, like what's going to happen with a lot of the trade shows. I mean, it's like came out last night too that there's a lot of stuff going on with ATA about who's going to be there, who's not going to be there.
Mhm.
Mhm.
ATA is a closed door. It's not open to the public. That's
No,
an industry thing.
That's an
different.
industry show. So most of what we do is industry shows. We'll do a lot of the industry shows. I'm at every industry show anyway,
For your day job stuff.
right?
Mhm.
And you know, for
A lot of deals are made there.
yeah, not as much as they used to be,
Mhm.
but it's it's I think still a tool that most manufacturers need to do. But yeah, we'll be at some consumer shows. I don't know which ones. Will maybe Wisconsin Deer Expo
Mhm.
or Deer Fest if they do it.
They'll do it. They did it last year.
Yeah, last year it was
But-
okay.
But
I don't
attendance was pretty bad, I guess, from what I heard.
It wasn't
It's
great.
been bad historically.
But I think
bad
it's
for
a
the
COVID thing.
past-
Attendance is bad for other.
But even
even in my day job.
even before that though, like when you and I went,
Yep.
3 years ago now,
well,
To
the
Deer
attendance-
Fest?
yeah, it wasn't good.
well, back when Legendary was Legendary, they ran it. And it was
That's
different.
Part of it is it changed to a different company.
Well,
and they were
One of the
supposed to be-
companies that's now like one of the title sponsors, DSG, is like one of my favorite companies too. Like it's a women's apparel company out of
Mhm.
Wisconsin. They're actually headquartered in Madison. And they're a title sponsor, and they threw a lot of effort and time behind that. I hope it takes off and goes back to what it was because it was fun. And honestly, they need people like you to be there and do live podcasts and be like some stuff that's
To bring
entertaining
some attention to it.
to
Sure.
bring entertaining. Like,
Yep.
And just to go there to a show and look at stuff, they can go do that.
We
at
considered it.
Fleet
We were
Farm.
too late to the game, and it wasn't going to make sense for us to. We didn't have a way to like get any ROI from it, so it would just been we were just throwing money up for nothing. But the former Madison Deer and Turkey Expo has now moved to Wisconsin Dells at the Kalahari.
Mhm.
It's got a new name. I forget what the hell it's called.
That's the one you guys are talking about going to.
That's
Mhm.
when we're going to go. So we booked the booth. We looked at the players that are there. We're
So you
happy,
have a
we're
booth
happy with the
there?
outcome. We have a booth. It's actually like it's drying up pretty quick. There's not a lot of options left.
and that'll be my
Um,
next project is to build the booth.
Yeah. Yeah, this table's modular, I think, Greg. Maybe you can build another one. I don't, we got a lot of barnwood in our garage. But it should be good. Like there's, we're excited to see like how well our digital presence translates to in person. And I have a couple Eagle strokes. Like I did a sales call. I work in technology for my day job.
Mm.
And some random dude out of like North Dakota was like, dude, do I know you? I was like,
really?
I'm on a Zoom call with you, dude. I don't know what. He's like, you're that OKS hunter guy. I was like, holy shit.
I made it.
I'm at my day job. I'm like, yeah, don't tell my boss about that, okay? Like, just chill out, okay? But yeah,
That was the
pretty exciting.
funniest text message I got that day. Dude, I was on a sales call with a guy from North Dakota, and he's like, "You're that okayest hunter guy."
I was like, I love your Instagram. I was like,
And
dude,
immediately,
I bought your stickers.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't
and
believe it.
immediately he couldn't fit out the door.
Yeah, I was like, my
his
ego
head
just
was
blew
so
up. Yeah, I
big.
was so
And rightfully
excited.
so.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
good. I mean, you guys have honestly.
And everyone on my company's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I was like, don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about it.
Shh,
Have an alter
quiet.
ego, okay?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good.
The deal's going to close. Okay, that's what I know.
Yeah, I bet you got that deal, didn't you?
Right.
You closed that.
Oh, man, it's funny.
That's all you need is like you're in sales. Like you just
There
want
we
the
go.
little, like open the door. Give me
Yep,
some kind
yep.
of something. And if
Yeah,
you get any
a
kind of
little
positive,
connection. You need
it's all
one
you need.
connection.
then you just got it.
There
Yeah,
we go.
buddy.
Well, anyway, dude, thanks for hanging out with us. I'll end the live broadcast, and I think people know where to find you, right?
Yep.
Half-rack.com.
Half.rack.
Nope, half. So that's the
Half-rack.com.
Instagram.
Half-rack for Instagram.
Damn it.
yeah. If you just like Google half rack, you're probably going to get like weightlifting equipment.
Well, there you go. Good point. I didn't
pictures.
picture that.
We're number one on the
Other
page.
things.
We are number one on the page.
You should be
Yeah.
for your own name. That's good.
Yeah. So we are like, when you Google it, we're like number one right there. But if you just want to go straight to the website, it's www.half-rack.com. And then the Instagram, I think, is half.rack.
It is. It is. I
Yes.
checked it out. I took a look.
Yeah.
Yep.
We looked
That's good.
several times.
And then
thanks for tuning in.
And mine is, if you want to follow me, which is boring.
It's not John Dutton.
No, it's
Josh.
Josh_34.
Yeah, we're gonna blow you up and make you popular. So you have to
Don't
start.
oversell
No, dude, that's
us.
not my job. I'm behind the scenes guy.
Not
Like,
anymore.
that's
No,
what I do.
not anymore.
No.
You fucked up and you gave us
Dude,
all
listen,
of your info.
If you're watching right now, I'm the worst follow you'll ever have on Instagram. I post like twice a year.
You better post.
Dude, I'm
something.
gonna just start messaging you. I'm gonna DM you every day until you start answering.
Well, I actually have it on silent, so I actually don't see those.
Oh,
that's
my God.
fine.
Yeah.
When the next
So
time
you can
look
DM
at
me
it,
all you want.
that's fine. I will.
If you want me, you can like text me. It's probably easier.
Fine.
That'll
I'll
work.
get your
I
number.
do have your
later.
number now. Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in live. Thanks for your dad that called in, and
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
we're gonna.
I hope he finds his buck. I really does.
Yeah,
That's
good luck.
the neighbor's buck.
Good luck.
Well,
That's how it goes.
it's still cool.
It is cool. I'm happy.
I
got
think
it.
I think it's awesome to go out on tracks. To go out and track a deer, to me, is more fun than going out and shooting my own. I think.
Dude, I dig
I
tracking deer.
love it because you're going to learn something new every time you go out.
Yeah.
What did
You
this
came with
deer
me and
do?
track mine.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. It's a good time.
It's
We'll
awesome.
cover it.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
We
man.
love having you.
Cool.